How you guys doing? We've got patch 1.034 and obviously Call of Dragons developer Q&A 14. I'm going to try and run through as much as we can quickly and smoothly today because this is going to be kind of my first reactions on the major patch notes because I haven't looked at anything. The only thing I do know is the first major point, the battle of best, the 15 versus 15 quick battles. I know this because of all of the different content creators obviously talking about this, and I even was speaking to Guns in the live stream when I was up on there the other night, and it was a really good time. Obviously him getting rallied twice, which was good times. If you've not checked out the video, you should check it out, guys, on his channel. But here we're going to be discussing patch 1.034 full first impressions. Honestly, don't know anything really about this, so I'm going to see if they're going to hit a hat trick. Because I'm going to be honest, patch, for 3.2 here and 3.3, and to be honest, 3 were pretty okay patches, especially the last two, right? The last two patches were really, really good. And what I like about this also is the fact that they're keeping on the theme of giving us information, and now we're adding more, right? So we've got dates involved too. Really good. I'm actually liking the format and approach of this. This is what we've been expecting for such a long time. So 15 versus 15 quick battle mode is coming. Really cool one. But the thing is, which sounds a bit weird, is defeat other players to gain merits, which is the one thing I'm a little bit curious on, because I'm going to be honest, fighting all the time PvP, I have enough merits already. Even myself, who don't fight, I'm not Guns with 20 million, or joking 20 million, but 10 million, merititos, as we call them. I'm chilling around 4 million. Guys, I'm always able to buy my merit store out, like, honestly. So I don't understand this unless they make a new store, and that would be kind of good, a new area. Maybe they make a new currency where instead anytime you do like a 15 versus 15 quick battle mode, or maybe they bring Champions of Olympia from Rise of Kingdoms over here. If you play those fun mini game, like inside Call of Dragons, maybe you just earn a different currency and you can actually buy stuff that you need on your store. There's a competitive ranking too, so you can get, diamond ranking and stuff like that and make a good series. I think people would be wanting that, so this is a step in the right direction. I actually really like the whole thing. Season of Strife improvement. So from February 15th, so this is basically a month from now, 2 days after this goes live, so should we say, right? So a month from now, these changes will be added. So seasons are going to go to 40 days, and after season summary, the server will be closed for 2 days. Pre-warfare shortened to 14 days. Previously was 25 to 30. So basically, like, they're cutting down. You're getting into action now. Season of Strife registry will once every 14 days too. Yeah, this is definitely what people have been asking for, honestly. Even when you're coming out of a KVK, for example, right, and you've done your season of Conquest, you've done recent season of Strife, for example, you might want to chill out. And the thing is, you can every 2 weeks now do that. So it's the same timeline if you think about it, right? If you don't want to go for one fight straight away in the first 2 weeks, the next 2 weeks comes along, you've had an extra 2 weeks of farming, and you've hit the same threshold. So they're giving players options, which is what people want, right? People want options to go in earlier if they want to go in earlier and fight against all the best, alliances in the game, basically, when they keep doing that. So really do like the timing. It sounds a bit weird, but I'm actually enjoying the fact that they're giving us more combat more often, especially seasons. Titan Legacy, obviously, is going to be reduced to 50 days. This obviously has to work in conjunction to all of this together, so it makes sense perfectly for that. And the new recovery voucher system. Ooh. So the High King can issue recovery vouchers to players who must choose whether to accept them within 3 days. Otherwise, they'll accept them immediately. Okay. While in recovery mode, certain activities and features are limited, and your personal power will not count towards realm matchmaking. So this is really good for that first point. And then the second part of it is the migration cost is going to be reduced for those players in the recovery mode too. So that's even better, because the thing is, players are obviously complaining about migration, just the general cost of migration. Yes, they've done a really good job adding gems now, so you can buy those passes in the Alliance store with gems. Really good actual free-to-play way of actually getting passports now instead of just using Alliance credits, which they nerfed. Obviously, thanks to me, so you can all hate me on all all day if you want. But the fact that they're adding this in is really good, because technically if you get this ticket and then you're gonna migrate out, whoever gives you this ticket is technically saves you some, right? So I wonder what is the reduction. This is the one thing I think everyone is going to be waiting on. And I like the whole recovery vouchers, because for example, even myself, maybe I just want to say to the pay to win guys, look, I kind of just want to have maybe a season or two, maybe 3, just off the game, you know, just kind of need a break and just play something else. And then when I come back, I'm going to go back to how I was, Sneaky Prime, spending, going crazy in the wars, and we'll have a good time again, because they, you know, hopefully time has passed. And I like the fact that they offer players this incentive. And again, if you're not logged in for that time, you can just kind of give these players these recovery vouchers. So it's going to be interesting to see how many recovery vouchers you get, and this whole system actually a big W for them, right? Improved efficiency now on 0.3 is the new realm title. This isn't too bad. This is basically allowing the whole kingdom to turn on a button. Basically, if you are wondering, if you're just a normal player, basically your king now and your officers, all those guys, as you can see, the concert marshal and chancellor, can now basically approve applications for titles, and they can trigger basically this bot that's going to allow a title to be set. And then it'll maybe, for as you can see, for 3 minutes, for example, and then after every 3 minutes, a new person will get that title. So they've got ways to allow a little bit of freedom in, you know, players actually playing the game. And I like this, because if you think about it in the off events, so when you're just playing the game in general, this is going to be turned on, and it just means players don't have to waste time doing it. But when there's greatest heights, strongest lord, you name it, right? And you may be trying to obviously tailor those rankings specifically, and then obviously trying to give those players the maximum amount of time. Well, guess what? You know, you need to turn this off, because you don't want an automatic acceptance, especially for the big power players that might have been waiting compared to some random guy who doesn't need it, who's, you know, only getting like 20k power, for example, right? So not too bad. Like this, really like this. And the reduction on the titles has been halved. Really good. Unit training improvement. So basically you can now consecutive train easier and training memory. So this is just basically nice, just kind of spender stuff. But the fact that you can now continue training units without having to leave the page is the best thing, because it's so annoying going in and out, in and out. And we said this with the policies, and they did it with the policies. So it's funny that they didn't add this at that time, but it's nice to see we've got it. You know, it's actually just makes sense. I think they're just realizing now, like, there's certain things that just doesn't make the user experience that nice. So we've got some new events, which is the year the snake. This is just basically your standard 7-day event, as you guys know, in Call of Dragons. They're going to add, hopefully, some new game modes. Who knows, right? Got the Fires of Renewal, Bangs of Luck, and Trial of the Beast. We might have played a couple of these before with the fireworks and stuff like that in your good old inventory, but we know what these 7 days events are. You log in, you're going to get some goodies for doing so, and if you spend a little bit of money, you're going to be able to get the city themes and obviously the Demon Chaser Drum avatar frames and so on, right? And all these amazing rewards. Quick battle mode, combat on mobile has been upgraded. This is going to be interesting for me, because I just recently upgraded my phone. I know, you guys remember my phone? I actually just got brand new Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, and I actually got a tablet to play this game on, specifically just to try and see how hard it is to play. And now it says tap to issue orders to your legions and move them around the battlefield more easily than ever. And this is one thing a lot of the mobile players have been asking for, because they've seen myself, Guns, you know, all the PC players on live stream and even in their content dragging and just having a good time, even just right clicking on troops to attack. So it's interesting they're adding this as a tap to issue order now for mobile players. So we're going to see how this works. This is actually a really big positive for the game, especially for, again, user experience. I'm not going to hate on it at all. Rallying garrison combat improvement. So rallying garrison battles that go on for too long, we all know this. Battle acceleration mechanisms, increase in damage, healing, and shield for both sides. But how does that actually work, though? Right, you can see where battle acceleration is activated. So if this has got increased damage, healing, and shielding, all you've done is just like doubled up the damage. But if your healing is doubled, right? I want to see how this works. It's interesting. I want to see how it works, because obviously these rallies go absolutely long, especially on bastions, and everyone knows we won't get into a Bastion debate on this video, but it's horrible, right? But garrisons and rallies, to be honest, I actually like them when they go for super long. It's like a new Guinness World Book of Record when you see a rally that's gone longer than a previous one. You're like, what the hell? Like, it's nuts, right? So cavalry charge mechanism has been improved. Not too bad, right? And they have now the maximum time limit and will automatically end when that time limit is met. So I don't know how this is going to work. Again, this is interesting because this might be a soft nerf, you know, to these calves because they're improving the way the charge mechanics work, but that might be in the general game sense. That might not be in the actual cavalry buff sense, right? So we have to wait until we know how this works, but I would love to see a cavalryman in the comments down below to talk about 5.3. Just put that in your comment, right? And just give us a little info what you think about this actually cav system. Alliance building improvements, not too bad. I'm not going to actually go through these. I'm not going to lie. I don't do too much alliance building. I'm going to leave these up for you guys. This is just going to allow you to just, you know, read it. And the turret changes here. Sure, standard to 27 meters during pre-strife. People might not realize turret range does matter, especially against certain alliances, because the bigger the range is, the more you can actually force people out with cannon towers. And it might not seem like a big deal, but it was back in the day. I'm telling you, on global release and before in beta, especially beta, we had way bigger. We had, I think, about 40 meters or something ridiculous. It was crazy. So it was the meta back then. So they are trying to make it fair. So it's understandable what they're doing here. New auction system. Okay, the first time you purify Behemoth or complete an elite raid, a spoils auction will be triggered, allowing your alliance to reap the benefits. What does that mean? Because that sounds like if we say I win the elite raid, we can all start betting in an auction to see who's gonna get those rewards. But I'm just gonna be honest, if that's the case, ain't the spenders just gonna win this all the time anyway? So what's the point? The one thing they need to add, and I'm gonna say this, if there's a dev watching, I think everyone in the community will agree, and we've been screaming for this since the beginning of Dawn of Time, since Call of Dragons. Infantry need Behemoth rewards. Just put in the top 3, maybe, or top 4 infantry, or not even that, the top 4, you know, marchers that have, you know, mitigated the most amount of damage. That's all you need to do, because infantry will always do that. They're gonna tank the most, and when everyone dies, they're still gonna die the you know, last, and that means they're just gonna have that heat, that mountain of pool on top. So I'd honestly get infantry in reward pools. That's one thing a lot of infantry mains have been wanting for a long time. New alliance calendar, I love this. This is an amazing feature that I think should have been here a long time ago, but goddamn, I didn't know I needed this. But yes, 100% yes. So this is, in a basic way of explaining it, is when you go into your event calendar, what your alliance is allowed to do is make one of these calendars, but for their events. And they're going to be able to do this through markers in the game. So if you need to know when Zone 5 opens, or when the next Supreme statues are opening, you name it, guess what? They're going to be able to put that all in here. So you can actually just look on your event calendar and be like, oh, Wednesday, I've got my Supreme statue, right? So it's really good actual change. I absolutely didn't know I needed that in my life, and we got it in this patch. So wow, absolutely great improvement, honestly, on this alliance calendar feature. I know about this because Killam, I was watching his video about it, and I was like, bro, I need to react to this. This is too good, and I don't want to spoil it anymore for me, right? And I was going through, and I saw this, and I was like, damn, right? So really good positive change here, right? New destruction time rankings, so you can see who's destroyed the most, and members can gain up to 30,000 points per day through building or destroying buildings. So I don't know now if this is a soft nerf, because yeah, you get 30k, but this is split now in building or destroying. So it's good for PvP time, and it's technically good for, you know, uptime when you're trying to get towards it. So it's interesting how they've done this. I think positively it is a good change. Maybe if they increase the alliance points per day, everyone would be happier, you know, just 50k, let's just say 50k, you know, chuck a little bit more on, let's be a little bit generous, right? Let people move if they want to move. The alliance skillfully loaded now grants slightly fewer additional resources, fair enough. Alliance storehouse improvements, cool. Right, now here we go, some interesting stuff here. Personal development improvements. Season 1, new player bonus, Heroes Rekindle. Players can rekindle one legendary hero and one epic hero in the introductory period of gameplay. Rekindling hero resets all skills, levels, and start ratings. Right. So this is going to be interesting because what this does is allow new accounts to experience new, heroes. Maybe they spend a bunch of money on, some sculptures, I don't know, and then start to put it in to a hero and they go, do you know what? I don't like that. But the problem with this whole system is it's a little bit flawed because everyone who plays Color Dragons and these type of games always look at content creators and YouTube videos to see what is the best investment, because they don't want to rekindle and they don't want to waste this. So I can imagine this might be good for anyone who might have made a mistake, who's leveled up a hero and they've made him, 1555, for example, and they messed up because they didn't know they had to max out that first skill. Makes sense maybe for that first time you make that mistake, but even then, I don't know how I like about this. It's an interesting thing, that's been added to the game. I think a lot of people will enjoy it, but comment down below what you guys think about this. Do you think it's a good change or not? Pet feeding system, and now this is the one I knew about on Guns' stream. Guns was speaking to me about this, and I was so confused. So now there's a new war pet feeding system, allows players to reach honorary membership. Oh wait, no, I lied. Who reach honorary membership level 15 to feed pet fruits to their war pets, boosting their attributes. So I saw Chisgo's thumbnail, and I don't know if this is right in his video, because he's already, I think you can hoard those tokens that you give them, what you feed them, right? And it gives them hearts, and you get some nice, spins. But I don't know if that is what this is, right? This says it's a new war pet feeding system. So maybe it is the same currency, but the fact that you can buy these pet fruits at VIP level 15 is crazy. Because, honestly, unless you're like me, who's played for 800 plus days, right? 600 plus days, you're not going to be VIP level 15 as a free-to-play player. And even if you were free to play, you need to be in an alliance like Noir or TFS, all these big alliances from back in the day, and they've gone all the way through to now. You must have been playing in these alliances in order to have that VIP access. So I don't understand how this is, obtainable. What I would have expected, and again, if there's a dev watching this, you should just change this to be a staggered system like you've done with everything else, right? So VIP level 8, you can buy, for example, maybe 3 of these pet fruits, maybe at a common level. Do you get what I'm saying? And then at VIP 12, you get the uncommon ones, and then VIP 15, you get the rare ones, right? But you need to give access to players these pet fruits, right, for playing the game, and just offering it just to VIP level 15 is a big L in this patch. Apart from that, so far the patch hasn't been bad, right? You are now guaranteed epic or legendary war pet within 20 regenerations. I don't understand how this is, because that's supposed to be how it works anyway, unless it's meant to be in 25 or 30. So unless that's what I mean, unless they reduce the number, I don't understand what this is. But I'll take it if it is a reduction. Everyone wants better pets is all good. Exchange house improvements, unused weekly purchase allowances will be carried over. Nice. So you can technically stack up if you don't want to spend. Pretty good. War pet release improvements, confirmation. Now only legendary war pets will require 3-second countdown. Okay. Difficulty of reduced behemoth trials. Fair enough. Ottoman changes. Sure. Reduce the difficulty of flying cavalry in the maps. That's actually not a bad one, because those were a bit of a pain in the ass when you are doing that, especially with T3 units that you get given in the event. Reduce the difficulty of the Darkings, Beasts, and Guards. Not too bad. Hero narrative. Cool. Wonder ambience improvements. Cool. New city layout features. Sure. New and improved avatars. So they're bringing 70 new avatars for you to choose from, with improved versions of 3 existing avatars also available. So that's going to be kind of cool to see what those are going to be like. Reduce the difficulty of Flame Dragon in Season 1 and the Frost Dragon and Thunder Rock in Season 2. That's interesting. I thought they were pretty fair, but I don't know what the new player experience is. So that might be a lot different to a lot of new players compared to, you know, the Vanguards and the old veterans that watch my channel and a lot of the other guys out there, right? Opening time display improvements, cool. Darkening Fort improvements, cool. Reporting rule changes. Chat messages can now only be reported within 7 days of being received. Interesting. Tail notifications, sure. And then bug fixes. Oh, they've got this is good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if they did a bug fix like this and they actually were fixing like 20 things, if they just put in bullet points which went bam, that's what everyone would have loved. I'm gonna be honest. So that really good patch, I'm not gonna lie. Really interesting patch, to be fair, especially with the direction of some of the stuff that they're going in, and I really do like it. And what's going to be interesting is, what is this Q&A all about, right? Because the Q&A is going to be talking about mainly us guys, obviously asking questions. And the thing is, you'll notice they will refer to a lot of this patch, right? So here, opposing alliances put a large number of alliance towers together, making it impossible for us to advance. So the receiving number of suggestions on this matter. So alliance towers in 1.04, after changes, buildings that expand alliance territory cannot be placed within existing alliance territory, whether or not the territory is active. This lowers the density of alliance. Beautiful, right? So this is one thing, obviously, I did probably skip over, which is a really important part, right? But this is why I wanted to watch this bit, because the devs are on point. So here, this is a massive issue. Everyone normally will put their defensive line and then put more flags everywhere. So there's like 20 flags or more in an area, making it so hard to push through, because they have to keep deleting these flags. But every time they delete a flag, it's not reduced any, you know, space, no territory or anything, and you can keep defending, right? And this is obviously really bad on the defensive side of things, but really good on the offensive side of things. So I'm interested to see how this plans out in the game. I actually like the change. It sounds crazy, I know, but I really do like this, because I do find it a bit crazy watching some of these insane like build paths you can create, especially on the defensive side of structures, and just block people out because it's so hard to break through, right? So interesting change. Like to see this. Will you change the minimum guaranteed war pets? We know this. They've done it to 20 now, so that's really good. Will you add a confirmation button when consuming war pets to quick upgrade pet skills? So they are thinking about doing this. Consuming legendary war pets to upgrade a pet skill, you will receive a confirmation prompt. That's fair enough. If players accept that recovery voucher, can they still partake in KVK? Really good question, this. But they cannot. They won't be able to, because, however, they can migrate into the KVK in the new realm. Yeah, so this makes sense, because if you're in the recovery voucher mode, the way I'm expecting it to be is you can probably log into your account, you can train troops, you might be able to farm, but you won't be able to participate in like actual major events, especially KVK events. You won't be able to participate into until you migrate or you come out of the recovery voucher phase. But that's one thing they haven't told us about. How does this recovery voucher system work, right? Because we don't know if you can just come in, log in, request from the king to come out of the recovery or what. We don't know how it works. So this is going to be a very, very interesting system once we get more specific information on it. We add a specific chat channel for Roots of War. That is a really good one. Obviously, I'm not going to read this because you can read it already. They are going to be adding in, so thanks for the patience. Can you add a play search feature for Roots of War team management? That would be really good, again, to allow people to just pick up teams easier. Can you improve the matchmaking and rebalance the map in Roots of War? Oh, this is where it's going to be a problem, man. I said this, I don't understand why they didn't just add a second map. You know what I mean? Roots of War, the first map, I actually loved that first map, and I do like the second map. It's not too bad. I really do enjoy the first one more. I'm going to be honest, I really did. I thought it was a lot more like diverse in how you would approach that map compared to how this one is now. Very straightforward, and it's really easy to actually like plan your strategies. So I would love to see how they can bring one back, right? So we've got 2 maps to choose and play from. That would be really good. And maybe they fix this map, because they do need to optimize it. I'm not really too enjoying on it, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just on it. Will you be improving rewards and PvE gameplay for Brink of War event? This is again like they're hoping to do this. So look, fairness of players' experience for improving, but rewards for PvE side. Okay, we're also planning to add the ability to quick search ordinary elite trolls. Okay, so they're gonna allow people to, if they want to just hit the trolls, not rallies, you can find them a lot easier. Fair enough. Making alliance mobilization quests automatically refreshed. They've not been set for after 2-3 hours. That would be a really good one. I don't think they're going to be adding anything here. Let me just quickly read. We're in early phase of designing a new feature. Okay. An automatic refreshment quest that have not been selected for some time, depending on the circumstances of the alliance. Okay, so they are looking like they're going to be putting that into it. We just got to wait. We add a feature to allow multiple players to migrate together, so they don't end up getting split up. We received a number of suggestions regarding this issue, and they are planning on adding a multiplayer migration feature in the future. Now that is so good. Like, this is what I mean. Like, I've been harsh on this game for such a long time because these are the stuff I've been waiting to hear and I've been wanting to hear for such a long time, guys, and they're finally here. This is such a good suggestion, and they've put it out there. We're bringing it in. This is going to allow an example, right? Imagine for a hypothetical, right? Me and Guns, we're in pay to win. Maybe we just want to game together, right? We enjoy each other's company and we want to just go somewhere else, right? Well, we can, and especially with Guns and his wife, right? Because Guns and his wife, they normally are like a package. So allowing him to sort out the migration and put her account in this group is such a good way to keep people together. It is. This is what the game's all about, and this is one thing I've always asked for. Get the community and the social aspect right, and they're doing it. So thank you. I'm going to say it already. Thank you for doing this. Jesus Christ. What a good design phase and feature that's coming into this game. It isn't the design phase here, but thank God this is something on its way. Can you increase the chance of obtaining legendary heroes in the daily deals? We understand players want to obtain more legendary heroes. We are currently planning on making changes in the daily deals while keeping in-game balance in mind. So it looks like they are going to be trying to do that. The one thing I would like them to do is just increase the rate of getting tavern-based heroes. I'm going to be honest. Tavern-based heroes, the golden heroes you get back in Season 1, allow people to get those heroes a lot more easier, right? Because the thing is, I would expect over time, you know, there is a lot of Season 1 heroes in the tavern, right? If we just go into the actual chest here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heroes, right? And they can make it so you can almost expertise guarantee almost like 1.5 of these heroes done. You know what I mean? So by the time you're in Season 3 or Season 4, you do have 4 of these heroes completed, and you're only working on the last 3, because the thing is, these heroes unfortunately aren't super powerful. Fair is an exception, right? Emrys is definitely an exception with Bakshi, and Villain's okay, Nico's okay, and Gaud's okay, and Nika's okay, but comparing them to like Garesh, Skogil, you know, even the newest heroes as well, I think they just outclass them every day of the week. Magrat Zeta outclasses them every day of the week. So I would love to see ways of just giving players more sculptures, or just giving them the tavern rewards, right? Increase these percentage chances so they actually get this a lot more often. Because the thing is, I think players want, obviously, to play this game, and they want to feel rewarded for the amount of time they get in, and they don't, especially for a free-to-play player that needs those tavern heroes. I think it'd be beneficial to everyone. So it'd be interesting to see where the direction of this game goes. As you guys see, I've never quit the game. Like I said, even in my leaving video, I'd made it clear in that video, even though a lot of you guys clearly didn't watch it all, that I'm gonna be still making content for the game, even though it might be a bit slowed down and when I want to technically post the video and stuff. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see the development of this game, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of the patch and the little quick run through of the dev Q&A. Tell me your thoughts. What you think of Call of Dragons? Is it going the right way? Are you thinking, is this the turning point? Similar to like Rise of Kingdoms, when it went down the gutter and then it did this 180, this miraculous 180, and became an amazing, honestly, game before, obviously, Crystal Tech, right? But is Call of Dragons going to do the same thing? Let me know in the comments down below. It's been interesting. And if you enjoyed it, smash like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next video, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.